going on, everyone? I'm Nick Cato.
I'm Walter Boley.
And I'm Matt Harnig.
Welcome to Live Through Games, Podcast Reloaded, Episode 10.
Woo! Spirit fingers!
Episode 10. We made it to 10. It's our last show of the year because we're going to sip the Kool-Aid and we're going to take next week off for Christmas, even though Christmas will have passed by like 4 or 5 days. But we're taking it
We'll
off.
be back in January.
So this is the final show of 2014.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Any games you guys trying to get for Christmas? Anything you
I was
guys
about to
kind
say
of wanted?
Yeah.
Oh, me? Not really.
I'm fishing for Dragon Age Inquisition.
I thought we were buying that.
Whoa,
Together,
whoa,
get it for free.
feud. We're going to see
Oh,
some
okay,
teams,
whatever.
though.
As long as I can borrow, I'll give it a shot.
Oh, well, maybe.
Alright, well, fuck you then.
I'm going for... I'm either going to go YOLO and try and get the Wii U and Smash. Number one choice, but if I can't, then I'll settle with Master Chief Collection.
I have all the games I really want. I mean, I'm
you were
probably
getting
going to buy
Smash.
Smash when you give me the money. Not from Christmas. But
Really, you're going to talk about loans I owe you on
didn't even say anything. It could have been for anything.
I didn't say it.
You could have bought something of mine and said, I'll give you money back later.
Well, cat's out of the
Yes,
bag
you.
now.
Fine.
That cat.
I'm a good friend. Anyway. I know it's a bad Christmas year when my dad was like, what do you want for Christmas? I was like, a TV cabinet thing. Then my dad is the least slick person of hiding like what he's getting. He calls me yesterday. He's like, oh yeah. He's like, I see you said you maybe wanted a year of Xbox Live Gold or PS Plus. Like, which one do you like more? And I was like, PS Plus. And he was like, oh, we'll see if you get it. And he just hangs up the phone. And I was like,
Yeah, you're not getting that one. You're getting
Dad,
Xbox
really?
One. You're getting gold.
They said there was like, and then before he hung up, he was like, "Oh, it's $10 cheaper." He's like, "Yeah, we'll see which one you get." He's like, "I don't think you're gonna get any of them." And he just hangs up. I was like, "All right, whatever."
You're not getting anyone.
He's like, "We'll see."
I'll buy them both and then burn them in front of you.
Well, I was gonna try to buy my brother a Marth amiibo, but
That dream died.
No one wants that.
update your damn websites, people. I'm talking to Best Buy exclusively
Don't worry, I
because
just
you
had a problem with
advertise.
them today.
No, they advertise, hey, we got Marth amiibos, $13. Then you go to buy it, and they're like, every store is unavailable.
You know,
why are you
It's like
even
we
on
have
it?
it unless you want to buy it.
And then I just had a moment where I tried calling them because I was looking for the Wii U adapter, and I call them and they're like, you have one customer ahead of you, and I'm like, okay, and then they're playing the little jingle, and then all of a sudden it starts ringing, and it's like, we're sorry, you got one more customer, and then it starts ringing again, and it's like, it's like, no, you're not yet.
Hey,
I'm like, screw you.
Horrible customer service. It's another reason why I'm done with GameSpot.
Stop.
Done. Not GameSpot. I do.
This is
enjoy
the place you
going
wanted
there.
to work.
Yeah, I don't really care anymore.
I wanted to work at McDonald's when I was 8.
You did?
Yeah,
Why?
because I was a fatty.
I never.
You're not supposed to eat the food.
And I didn't
Yeah, but
understand
you
what a
can.
dead-end job was.
I did because my dad always drove into me. Every time we drove, not saying working at McDonald's or construction's a bad thing. My dad always said, "You don't go to college, you don't do that.
I don't know,
Be
Leo.
flipping burgers." That's what everyone says, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, well,
I
that
know
sucks."
Leo said it pretty good for me on Wolf on Wall Street. If you don't want to make money, then go fucking work at McDonald's. That's where you belong.
Maybe if you want to make money, because I keep hearing the rumors that their minimum wage at McDonald's is going to they're
Well,
pushing
they're
like
lobbying.
$15 or some
They're
shit.
lobbying for that.
I'll work at McDonald's. Shit.
I hear the California McDonald's actually, because of the protest or whatever they had with something,
California.
that their McDonald's actually
Yeah,
sold.
but
in
in California-
it's actually like making $8 off.
We are not qualified to be talking about this.
Yeah.
So,
We are.
Anyways, on to video games.
On to the news of the week. There are 10 items. Some of them should be grouped together
10 for
differently.
episode 10.
You know, I just keep landing it like that, but
You landed it once.
twice. I did something last week, I forgot.
Last week you had 10 when you thought it was episode 10.
No, I thought it was maybe episode 8, but I don't know. I landed something. But yeah, 10 for 10. Yeah, I was going to go somewhere. I was going to try to make a pun about ESPN 30 for 30 and say something 10 for 10, but I
Was
don't know.
it going to be punny?
Yes, it was quite punny, Matt.
God, that was so clever.
Oh, God. Well, number one, I'm sure Matt's excited about this. J-Star's Victory Versus Plus headed west in 2015 for all PlayStation platforms, basically.
Mhm.
PS4, PS3, Vita.
Is
Yeah.
it weird that other than the Dragon Ball Z characters and probably Bleach, I'm gonna put all their voices in Japanese?
Yes, that's very weird.
Do you speak Japanese?
I like their sub
Do you
voices
speak
better.
in Japanese?
As long as there's
I
writing.
will admit, I will.
If there was a language I'd want to learn, that would probably be the most useful for me
You
personally.
live in
Look,
Florida.
I like.
Screw Spanish.
I like Vegeta. I like Ichigo. I'll probably dabble. I'll play yours for a little bit. Not a game I'm gonna buy or anything.
I don't want you to buy it anyways.
I'm
Exactly.
glad you don't want me to
And
buy
Maul
it.
will play just because it's fighting, so
And then I'll just win.
you'll find something.
I don't know. I don't know why they have to come up with these ridiculous names. Victory versus plus, like every like Japanese anime game.
It's
has
not
some
as bad
over
as
the
like
top.
Ultimate
Oh,
Tank
Dude, this is anything.
remember the
Remember whenever
Naruto
Walmart
game
used
we
to be
said
called
yesterday?
Super Walmart?
Still is, I think. Right?
No, it's not.
No,
It's
it's
just
just
They
called
do it in
Walmart.
Walmart Super
Oh.
Center.
But remember
Oh, yeah, see.
from last week the
The
Naruto,
Super Bundaroo?
Naruto
that
Ultimate
one
Ninja
was
Storm, Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 3.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and that sounds YOLO.
Victory
That's why-
Stars Plus sounds tame compared to
Yes, it's still ridiculous.
I'm so glad they put that game in there. I've been wanting that game so bad. And they're making it for PS4, which makes it even more Gully.
So you're mad about it?
Isn't that what Gully means? You
Yes. Gully means you're
He's
mad.
He's so happy he's mad.
I'll go with that.
He's so happy he's Gully. All right.
Improper grammar.
Would you say you're Wing Gully? Pokemon pun? Remember Wingo?
Nobody remembers Wingo.
Is it well,
It's either Pidgey or no one.
hey,
But Nick likes Swallow, whatever
Pidgey.
the hell his name was. What's his name?
Swellow?
Swallow.
I love that swallow. All right, moving on.
Wait, real quick, what
Yeah.
does Wingull evolve into?
Pelipper, right?
Dude, that dude freaking has a huge ass freaking God dang it! Huge ass mouth thing.
See, when you're saying that, you can't pause. Every time you
You
say
snorted like a retard, so I had to laugh.
because you paused. All right.
All right.
Why? Because I didn't know exactly what they call that.
Enough of your birds.
Or beak. All right. Number 2. 3, 4, 3. Oh. 2, 3, 4. Ah. Number 2. Sorry. I'm
Dude, this is why you're so gay.
I
Number
can't put up
2.
with this.
343 Industries will be gifting Halo 3 ODST campaign in spring 2015, 1 month of Xbox Live Gold in mid-January, exclusive in-game nameplate and avatar for before 2015, and finally a remastered Halo 2 Relic map in spring 2015.
All right, now give me the veggies.
To be eligible for this free content, excluding the remake of the Relic map, you had to have been an online user between November 11th, which is the release date of Master Chief Collection, and December 19th.
Oh, you mean the days where you couldn't even play it?
Yeah. Yeah, if you suffered, you get that. If you
Seems
didn't,
weird that they would do that. It's like you're gonna make it and distribute it, might as well just do it to everybody.
It's because no one really cares about the ODST campaign. It was like,
But all the other stuff's cool. A year of gold.
a month of gold.
yeah,
A month.
Yeah.
If it was a year,
Don't get too yellow.
Yeah, that's way too young. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
I'm sorry.
I think anyone would
I would
buy
love
the
it.
Master Chief Collection
I
just
know
to get
Matt
that.
would be like, damn it, I didn't buy Master Chief Collection because a year of gold like $60 or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, I'm excited. I liked ODST's campaign. It was like a more strategic Halo because you can't
You
take
want
all the
Master
shots.
Chief?
Yeah, you're a
And you
drop
couldn't, it
shot.
pissed me off, you couldn't jump nearly as high.
Yeah, it was like-
because you're not Master Chief.
It's a strategic Halo game. It was pretty fun. I don't know. I liked
Yeah,
it.
they actually made it feel like when you fought a brute or an elite, it was like, my god, you're fighting like a hunter, which you have no idea what I'm talking about, so I'll say that to you.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, God, when Hunters came down, it was
Oh
like,
yeah, then it's like
oh.
fighting like a freaking scarab.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I enjoy Master Chief Collection, except for the rankings. I decided not to write a review on it because it was broken for so damn long, and now who gives a crap. My review of it, it's a good game. 8 would have been way higher if it wasn't busted. And Walt was who was there? I think it was
I
you.
wasn't there. You told me about it.
Someone was there for my saltiest moment.
Oh yeah.
Where I was level 12 and I was playing a game of Team Deathmatch on Halo 2.
You do know they got rid of all the ranking system and they're going to
Except
re-put
for
it back
Halo
in.
2. Halo 2, like, Anniversary still got the ranking system, but playing and all my team quits immediately. So it's 4-on-1. I try to play it. I end up playing a little bit. It's taking too long. It's not fun because they have all the snipers and shotguns and rocket launchers and sword. So I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm just gonna quit. And it dropped me from level 12 to 5. And I was just a tad bit salty, and I was like, this game,
Just lost a lot of points.
a lot. Like, probably a whole point.
Oh, Jesus.
But it's still amazing, so play it. Number 3, Respawn Entertainment is working on a game not related to Titanfall. They split up into 2 development teams. In June, they hired Stig, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, Asmussen, former head of developer for God of War 3. They stated he will not be working on Titanfall. They also said that 2015 will be a quiet year for Respawn because the team will be, quote, heads down, back to work, end quote.
There you go.
Titanfall 2
Woo! Which people
will be out for PS4.
it'll
as
most
well.
likely be out on Steam
Multi-platform.
too.
Yeah.
So that'll be good for them. I'll play it. Hopefully they have a story because that game made me realize how much I actually do want a story in game like gun games like that.
I still don't know what happened. Something about IMC and
I tried looking it up one time, and they really said there's not a good right or wrong. It's more of just a.
yeah, 2 people
Yeah.
shot at each other a whole bunch.
I guess if you had to say one, it was the ones that were like the refugee
The
guys.
rebels.
No, it was something about refugees, like guys that were just like trying to defend their homeland, and the one guys are kind of like whatever, trying to advance with like robotics and stuff, and who cares?
No,
You're
that
killing
was-
and then the one guy pretty much said simple: the team you're on's the good guys. So there.
Basically, that game, I don't know, sort of came and went. No one's mentioning it in any game of the year type things.
It was,
I
it was,
enjoyed
it. was
it.
recommended for shooters of the year.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It brought a new. I mean,
It was
how
fun.
many people are putting the jet booster shit in there now?
Don't get me wrong, it was fun, but
It's just it's too little, too late on non-Titan fighting.
Yeah,
They finally added up just pilots
yeah.
to a.
That should.
Like, don't get me wrong, I love the Titans. I would just like to some occasionally they would have a game where you just fought each other.
Yeah.
I liked it. Number 4, Street Fighter V will be using Unreal Engine 4. Hopefully it looks good. I'm not sure if the little gameplay they showed, if
That
the
was so
PlayStation
unfinished,
experience,
man. Like
if that was Unreal 5, Unreal Engine 4, because that didn't really look that much better than Street Fighter 4.
that was so unfinished. It's ridiculous.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I can just see it now. I'm telling you, those like the Hadoukens and like different kind of
Yeah.
like energy attacks are gonna look beautiful.
No doubt
Like
about
they're
it.
gonna look so like over. I don't know if it's gonna be over the top, crazy, colorful like Marvel vs. Capcom, but
No, they'll keep it tame for Street
Oh
Fighter.
yeah, it'll look good on the most powerful console. Oh,
PC.
he did.
yeah,
He's true.
console.
He beat you there.
Console.
I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah,
PC's
console.
not
Kind of looks
console.
like a why not?
Because it's not. It's not considered.
Because it's not. Because
It's not considered one. I'm sorry.
Been out by you.
Nope.
Oh,
I
I'm sure we
have
could
one.
buy a Google.
I consider it one. There.
There's a reason why they change it from PC gaming and console gaming. Like,
So they don't confuse you guys, but I know.
I don't really know anyone who would. I couldn't imagine playing Street Fighter on a keyboard.
Well,
Oh,
no, you plug a controller up.
God.
yeah, I could. I could definitely see that.
No, dude. Fuck that.
I'm
Are
sorry.
you serious? Everyone, the guys who play like the control, play the like with the
Yeah, but how are you gonna do
gamepad
like
or
quarter
the
circles
like
and
action
stuff?
Arcade stick?
arcade
Yeah,
stick,
but
dude.
they have a
X, Y,
joystick.
and all that stuff.
Is that why you see a bunch of pros bringing their mouse and keyboards to Evo?
No, I'm saying how
I'm
would
sorry,
you?
but if I could double dash by just sliding my mouse real fast, that would be.
And how many
amazing.
times did you accidentally double
Ask
dash?
me to do quarter circles, or however you have to do quarter circles.
So you can.
You know, I could probably do it better with the mouse than I could with the
like I
damn
do
stick.
Guile's Ultra?
That would probably be easier.
Yeah, probably.
And then when you want to do Akuma's freaking, like you gotta like type in like.
Death to
XX
all.
XX back ARB on Xbox.
Wait, well,
But you can't
don't
say
mean
that.
square, whatever. R1, back R1.
Because they're not gonna. That's not gonna be on Xbox. So.
Oh, God. So, well, yeah, okay. Square back X R1.
Number 5. Minecraft Story Mode is being made by Telltale Games. It will launch sometime in 2015
I'm sure it'll be
on
riveting.
basically every single console that's
You know what
not
is-
Nintendo.
You know what I see with that game? A video game version of Lego Movie.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what it's
gonna
gonna
be
be.
silly?
Just a comic relief.
Silly.
Yeah,
They said,
Minecraft stuff, because that's how serious I take
they
it.
said they're going to try to make it as Minecrafty as possible. And no,
So,
I didn't try to make
wonky
some
graphics.
stupid pun.
And you know what? Like I was saying earlier, it's gonna freaking sell.
Yeah,
I
of course
guarantee you,
so.
it's gonna sell like crazy. In fact, I go as far as to say that will be the highest selling game they make.
Like more than Game of
Telltale?
Thrones?
Yeah.
Oh.
Telltale's not beating. I don't think it'd beat Walking Dead. It's not gonna beat Walking Dead.
Nah,
We'll
I
see.
thought you meant it was going to sell more than Minecraft. I was like,
No.
What?
No, the Telltale
Yeah.
games they've made. I bet you that will be number one. I'll make that bold prediction.
all right, you heard it here on episode 10.
We'll let you know on episode 50.
Maybe. Number 6, Miyamoto confirms online sharing for Mario Maker, which is pretty good
You're gonna
because
see.
That's why
You're
the
I
gonna
most
see
want.
absolute
ridiculous.
art.
Yeah, that's what I want. If they didn't have that, then the game would be
Oh.
practically pointless to have.
Yeah.
no, you can still build your own levels and stuff.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's all
but the
about
whole
building a
point is that,
community.
yeah.
That would be
Like
crazy.
Project Spark.
Like one of the coolest things about Skate was that you could record something and put it online or look online and see like what people did. Like people like sharing that kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
For some Alpha Skate franchise. It's not coming back.
Come back,
I did
Skate.
see Skate. I did see like Skate for like $8 at Best Buy. I wanted to tell you.
I have them on my 360
Yeah.
digital.
So. We know Skate 1. Well, that's freaking.
I can't get off my board.
Oh, God.
That was a game, I have to say, besides Marvel vs. Capcom, that was a game I wanted to be good at, but I just couldn't.
Pop Shellets.
What was the. I was at tuck knees.
Yeah, you were
All the
tucking.
time, and apparently that was like a hard move to do or something.
Yeah, if there was a pop shove and you didn't know, I invented it. Because I invented it, pop shoves that weren't even in the game.
That's the next Bob Burnquist talk.
I'm just saying.
You know, I forgot the name of my favorite skater. Bucky Lasek. That was my favorite
Bucky
skater
Lasek?
back in the day.
Danny Way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know, Bucky Lasek.
Tony Hawk.
Whoa, way to go outside the box.
God.
I'm sorry, he's the best.
Number 7. Discontinued amiibos may be released in card form.
I will say,
think that's
dude,
a great idea for Nintendo because amiibos are selling like crazy. The
Are
fact that they, yeah.
The only ones left are Kirby, Yoshi, Donkey Kong,
Some
Peach.
Peaches.
I'm lucky
and
they'll
Mario.
never run out of Mario because
Yeah.
that's the only one I'd want.
But I liked that because they're just selling like gangbusters. Now the fact that they discontinued them, people are going to go even crazier to get the ones.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, you want them again? Here's some cards you can
Yeah,
get.
they're-
It's even
they're-
more money.
Yeah, but that's how many people. The people who buy the cards are people who want to practically use the amiibos. But the reason they're selling out is not because people want to practically use Marth or Luigi.
Yeah.
It's because they're rare and they're collecting them.
Yeah. Like
So the
this
cards
user
will
with
be
Samus.
for those rare few people that actually want to use amiibos.
I don't know who you guys are. But
Yeah, those are
Maybe.
for you.
I don't know. Maybe if I do get Wii U and Smash, I might actually
Use one? Probably. I mean,
maybe get the
I
Mario
could
one.
scan them in for some little things. I don't know. Like
You just
some
want to beat up
costumes.
Mars.
I like the fact
No,
that you
I-
can. I like
I
the
just
fact that you
think
can
you-
change the.
They know he's not popular.
I did see like some of the little creative things you can do with Mario's fireballs. Like you can make him like shoot straight like Luigi's do.
You can do that right now.
You can.
Yeah,
I
custom
thought the
special
whole
moves.
point of the Wii U or the Amiibos were to be able to do that.
No,
Oh.
I can customize Mario right
The
now.
point of the amiibo is it's like a training thing.
Yeah, and you level him up, and he gets more powerful, and then you can unlock stuff in the game from other people. Like, I don't know, but you
New
can
costumes.
maybe.
That's right.
And that's basically all it does
Yeah.
for every other game, just costumes.
Yeah, like Hyrule Warriors and Mario
That sounds
Kart.
so useless.
Yeah, it is, but it looked cool on my desk.
Does it?
Yeah, I think it looks pretty awesome.
And no one will ever see it to appreciate it.
Maybe they will. Maybe
Matt,
I'll
you
put
can't say anything. You bought a freaking.
You know what?
Wait, I don't see a chair.
Different
by that
desk.
desk. Oh, okay.
Shut the hell
I
up.
guess I can't say anything. I did buy. I did
Oh,
buy.
that
Sounds
one's got a
stupid.
chair. That
You're gonna
one's-
sound stupid.
All right.
Shut up.
I did buy a $60 Luffy statue.
No,
And it-
yeah, and
and
it
it's-
broke.
Yeah.
All right, how about this? You know what? Leave it in the comments below. This idiot thinks that just if you don't have a chair on your desk, that it's not a desk anymore.
Yeah, it's a
that it's a
table.
table. No, it's not. A desk is a desk, and desk chairs are separate.
This just sounds like the dumbest thing
I
I've
know,
ever
but leave
heard.
in the comments what you think.
No, please don't.
Yes, please.
Don't.
But think
Put-
really hard because, like, do you stand at a desk? No,
Yes,
you sit
there's
at a
standing
desk.
desks
So if there's no
sometimes, too.
chair at it, it's not a desk.
My prime example.
Oh my God!
My prime
Shut
example.
up! Who cares?
Walt got a little salty because I looked at Walmart.com about looking for desks, and none of them had chairs in the picture. They're just the desk, and it said desk. And when I searched desk chair, there were chairs. Salt, salt, salt. Number
No.
8.
One, who cares?
Number
2,
8.
Walt, you're wrong.
No,
He's
Thank
right.
I just think about it and you'll come around.
Yeah,
No, you're wrong. But anyways,
Come
let's
on.
go.
number 8. Miyamoto says Walt's stupid and he thinks that there's desks.
There's no
without
desk
chair.
in there, I'll tell you
Alright.
that right now.
Miyamoto says Nintendo is working on new hardware ideas. He said, quote, "For the time being, our focus is on the Wii U hardware, but Nintendo as a whole has groups working on ideas for new hardware systems. While we're busy working on software for the Wii U, we have production lines that are working on ideas for what the next systems might be." End quote. Miyamoto also wants Mario to usher in the new hardware, saying, quote, "From early on, I wanted Mario to be that character in the digital world, so that with each digital evolution, he is there to usher in the next era. I think that maybe when we release the next hardware system, you can look forward to seeing Mario take on a new role or in a new game." End quote.
Define new game or new role. Like, are you saying he's gonna start like
a new
wielding
game.
a sword or something?
Just
Like
Maybe that or
I-
a new game like
I wouldn't read
Galaxy
too
3.
much into
Yeah.
it. Just like some kind of
Mario.
big Mario release for the next.
Probably.
Which
It
is-
sounds
which
like
could
he's
be
like,
a-
we're
a
gonna make
handheld
Mario.
It
Could
could.
be.
I would actually think it might be a new handheld system.
Be like, we're gonna make Mario American, and we're gonna make him go in and stop all of the different kind of
And we're gonna give him. We're gonna make him
branching
wear.
restaurants.
We're gonna make him wear black.
What?
Give him a cape, and call him Batman.
Oh God.
With a mustache.
I
He's
think
gotta
it's
keep
cool.
the stash.
I think it's cool they're looking at new ideas because how far behind they are. They need to start working early on a new system.
Yeah. So they
So
don't drop the ball.
So you mean they're actually gonna make it to like where they're finally like PS4 level graphics?
yeah, but by that time, PS5 will be much better. Hopefully they get it right. I think they can. They're Nintendo. They're perfectly capable
By
of
the
doing it.
way, did they ever say Kingdom Hearts is coming out for Wii U?
No, it's not coming out for Wii U.
It's X1 and PS4.
Please, they can't run on there.
Well, Square Enix is kind of in the hole. They probably would take any help they could get. PS4, it's plus Sony's just like pretty much said, screw you guys.
Well, probably why they came to Microsoft.
They've been with Microsoft now.
No, Kingdom Hearts. I mean Kingdom Hearts.
Well, I mean, back in the day, it was always an exclusive. That was PS2 time. You gotta remember, this game hasn't made a console game in 10 years, so. But Square Enix has always been with Microsoft ever since 360, so.
Yeah.
Now they're more Square Enix because of Tomb Raider
Yeah.
being exclusive
True.
to it.
Yeah, none of those games are coming to Wii U. Basically, if it's a third-party game, it's not coming to Wii
They're
U.
very few.
Yeah. And if it is, it's like a dulled
You
down,
know what's gonna
crappy
be in Wii U?
version.
Arkham Knight.
Is it?
Probably.
Probably
All the other ones have been in it.
Probably later though, like every
Yeah.
other.
They made Arkham City for it.
Armored
Yeah,
Edition.
Armored Edition. They made Arkham Origins.
I don't think it was
I bought
announced for
Arkham
Wii U.
Origins.
I don't think it was announced for Wii U though.
It
Arkham
might
Knight.
come later.
Yeah, it's probably gonna come not later whenever
Because
they
they
can
gotta
finally
build
like,
it
do.
especially for them and make it
Hey.
weaker.
I will say this: convenience, map related convenience, easy to set waymarks and all that kind of stuff.
Maybe with that new gamepad that possibly could come out, it'll be better. But number
Some
9.
reason it was just too bulky. 'Cause
Nah, I
the
hate
gamepad's too
gamepads.
bulky.
God.
But I mean, you play with a PS4 controller, which, by the way, mine freaking broke.
That sucks.
And luckily, Josh had an extra one. But my controller, like the left stick, when I just press left, my guy like goes up in like a diagonal. If I press right, he'll go like lower in the diagonal.
So you're good.
No, no.
He's gotta
So we're
adapt.
playing like a shooting game,
He's got to adapt.
Destiny,
Man.
which I am playing again.
I tried. It's what I thought. It is what I thought it is, or it was what I thought it was. Number 9, The Last of Us 2 mentioned in former Naughty Dog lead character artist Michael Nolan's resume on LinkedIn. I have the picture here. what it said. On his LinkedIn profile, under character lead artist Naughty Dog, October 2011 to 2014, it says Last of Us, all things main and NPC characters. Uncharted 4, working on main character Nathan Drake to upgrade the face sculpt, facial hair, important, rigging topology, skin textures, and arms and hands details. And then underneath that, Last of Us 2, 1 month prototyping head sculpts.
Hey,
So, looking pretty good.
it would be so stupid not to make a second one.
I think that's pretty good. I mean, hopefully you release more. And that guy, they probably hate
That
guy
game
right now.
deserves a trilogy.
I don't know. I think they would be just fine just leaving it how it is. I mean, I'll play the
Absolutely
second
not.
one.
You just say because you want to play it again, but from a storytelling perspective,
Nope.
you can say that it ended.
Nope. Too much cliffhanger, but I'm gonna leave it there because you gotta play it.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I could see him leaving it as standalone, but this
If they're trying to make that money.
sort of leans into what my random topic's going to be.
Okay.
So, number 10, not this, but Xbox One Telltale Collection is coming for $110. Includes all Game of Thrones, all Tales of the Borderlands, all The Wolf Among Us, and all The Walking Dead Season 1 and 2. If you purchase all of them individually, it would be $130, so the bundle saves you $20.
Definitely will
Yeah.
say those are really good. They're really one great story play. All of them are good. I have not been disappointed with any of them. I played Wolf Among Us now. I just finished that one, which was really good. And, I mean, of course, Walking Dead was awesome. And I didn't play Season 2, and then I'm playing the first episode of Game of Thrones. And you know what? That game alone made me want to watch Game of Thrones. I know, shoot me now. I don't watch Game of Thrones. What?
Let's do it.
I mean, it's. I think winter's coming, and it hasn't been here yet, and the dragons
The
are coming
dragons
too.
are on their way.
They're on their way, but they're not here yet.
I've seen them.
Well, yeah,
Cool.
but they're still on their way when you saw them.
Yeah, it's the only first time I ever saw them was the chick was like
And
sharper
how
than naked. Of
much-
course, she had to be naked.
And how much I hate that character who has the dragons.
Targaryen?
I'm not going to ruin anything, but I'm so glad, and you know what I'm talking about, because I brought it up. I'm so glad those dragons are like, bitch.
You guessed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
glad.
anyways,
OJ
There you
Games.
go.
fuck.
That's what I'm listening to.
Yeah.
But that's the news of the week, sort of. Yeah.
Yeah.
News of the week. We didn't get any comments this
Yeah.
week, but it's okay. It's okay. We'll get some. Considering this is the last podcast of the year, let's talk about our individual games of the year. I know I did my sort of, now that it's officially over, the only game I haven't played yet is Dragon Age, which I will. Since you didn't write one yet, or didn't have the time to, what is your game of the year for this year, Matt? What are some contenders for the game of the year?
Really, the three for me would probably be Final Fantasy 13-3, Lightning's Return. Yes.
Really?
Destiny and probably Smash.
Dark Souls 2?
Dark Souls 2 didn't come out this year.
Yeah, it did.
Okay, well, never mind. Dark Souls 2 won.
So that's your game of the year?
Yep.
Okay, bam. There it goes.
I stand corrected. Dark
Yeah.
Souls
It's
unanimous.
in March, I think it came out.
Yeah.
Dark Souls 2 or Smash.
But have you?
But Dark Souls 2.
Yeah.
Like, Dark Souls 2, come on. I'm going to buy it for PS4 when it comes out.
What are some of yours, Walt?
Well, if I'm going with contenders, I'm gonna have to go with big three being Sunset Overdrive, Shadow of Mordor, Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor, and Bayonetta 2. And out of all those three, I had the most fun with Bayonetta 2. Because holy hell, was that the most non-stop heart racing game I've ever played in my life. That game just said, oh, you want to take a break? Because now you're flying through hell on the back of a centipede that's defying gravity. I don't know what happened. But it was amazing. And I beat it on every difficulty. I got every item. I did everything there was to do in the game, including beating the ridiculously hard boss of Rodin the Infinite One, secret boss. And I'm going to probably play it again soon. It was just so much fun.
YOLO.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shadow of Mordor, though, fantastic open world game. Same with Sunset Overdrive, but Shadow of Mordor introduced that Nemesis system, which was just the coolest. That's like system of the year that they introduced. Was just that. I want to see a lot of games emulate the Nemesis system. It was so cool.
That's like if you kill someone,
The world or like reacts organically to your
Okay.
decisions in a way that like no other game really did.
Yeah, I wrote this like in November 20th. I wrote my Game of the Year watch list, and my games I said it can change, and just because I didn't pick one of these games doesn't mean it won't end up being it. But my watch list was South Park, Dark Souls 2, Shovel Knight, Mario Kart 8, Sunset Overdrive. Halo was on there, but no. And Dragon Age and Smash are the two games that I didn't play yet. But I played Smash. I did pick Shovel Knight in the beginning, and God, that game is so amazing. It's like a toss-up, but right now, honestly, I think if I had to choose a game of the year for 2014,
go ahead and say it.
No.
I thought you
Damn
already wrote it.
I didn't write it. No.
I thought you picture.
No, I said
No.
so far it was Shovel Knight.
Just say Shovel Knight.
South Park: The Stick of Truth.
Oh,
That's my game of the
Dark
year.
Horse.
That's because I
Dark
said
Horse
that I
selection.
picked Shovel Knight doesn't mean that none of those games couldn't come and say it. Like, just because I've been watching a few of the like IGNers doing their list of top 10 games that are either the Game of the Year watches, and they've had like Transistor and stuff on that. But I did play that. It was good. Wasn't really my flavor. But the South Park, I feel like I forgot about it because that was like the first big game.
Yeah.
And just did everything perfect. I'm not saying I'm like a really busy guy, but now that we're older, we don't really have time for like 50-hour RPGs. That game was the funniest game I've ever played.
Hands down.
It was like I was just watching South Park.
Yeah, it's like a
And it-
15-hour episode of
packed-
South Park.
I mean, the combat wasn't like deep or anything,
No.
but it packed an RPG,
Mhm.
pretty decent one,
Yeah.
into 10, 11 hours.
Yeah.
Here, when you go to Canada, they like bring it back to like the old
Oh,
Final
yeah.
Fantasy style.
Yeah, it's like a 8-bit
Yeah.
top down like it's like we're going to Canada.
I'm saying, like that's why it's the Dark Horses. Just
Yeah.
because since I played Shovel Knight, that was my game of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Matt got into it, was playing it a little bit. He knows it's amazing. Corey's probably gonna buy it on PS4 now. That's what he was saying, but I don't know.
It was fun.
It's an amazing game.
Think South Park will get an HD remaster?
It's really, God, please, God.
What do you need to HD?
Exactly.
Just port it over.
Show.
Just bring it over.
Just bring it over. I'm fine with that.
It's like the first time, like the one review in the IGN that they said that's the best shitty quality game that I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's like it looks just like the show.
Yeah.
Like, it was so
I think
good.
it's funny how everyone was like freaking out because it's like the first mapped out
Oh,
South
that
Park.
was amazing too. Just exploring South Park was
Yeah.
amazing.
Every other time, just super cuts to like every single place they're at. This time they had to map it out.
Such a good game. Shovel Knight's right there, and so is Smash. But
Well, bam.
that's the games of the year for us. South Park, Bayonetta, Dark Souls 2. We'll do one, but I would have to say our collective game of the year
Yeah.
is most likely Smash Bros.
Super Smash Brothers, absolutely.
James would say so as
Yeah.
well.
Because that's the game we all four of us have, that's one of the games all four of us have played,
Yeah.
and we all love it, and it's all amazing. But, since we're moving into 2015 for our next podcast, is there any games what's like one game in particular you're looking forward to 2015? I already know.
My number one game, Shadow Pain. Or
Phantom Pain.
Phantom Pain.
Oh,
yeah.
Know
That-
your
I
game.
thought you were going to say Batman.
No, it is my second, but I
Oh.
think Phantom Pain's gonna be the best. I think Phantom Pain's gonna be game of the year. Even over yeah, I'm not.
Uncharted and
Yeah,
Zelda.
it's Metal Gear. Apparently, you really don't understand how successful that franchise is,
I
Nick.
know.
Come on. I'm talking about 10 plus quality games. Can you tell me a Metal Gear franchise? Your favorite friend, your favorite boyfriend on IGN, freaking Greg Miller loves Peace Walker as his favorite one, and that's a PSP installment of Metal
I
Gear.
never said they were bad. I was saying it's a stacked year.
Yeah, nobody said it was bad. Take it down.
I don't know. That face was.
I was just surprised.
Are you
'cause
serious?
I thought you were going to say Batman.
Oh, I am
But
excited.
clearly you
but
like Snake more than Batman.
no,
It's fine.
I'm not saying.
No, it's cool, dude. It's cool.
All right, well,
No,
Batman understands. And when Batman finds Snake and shows you why he's your favorite,
I think you wrote.
That
your
would be a good fight.
anticipated game. Did you say Zelda
Yeah.
is your most anticipated
Zelda's
game?
my most anticipated game, but with The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt being a very close second. I think one of those two games is going to win Game of the Year. That's my prediction.
Yeah, but you're
But obviously the
stupid
nominee-
enough to say Metal Gear Solid.
The nominees are clearly going to be
That was epic.
Uncharted, Legend of Zelda, Uncharted, Legend of Zelda, Witcher 3, Metal Gear, and is there something other game I'm missing
Batman.
that's going to be not? I don't know.
Uncharted. I don't know if you said that.
You
Yeah,
serious?
it's Uncharted. Yeah, it's
You don't think Batman will make it?
I don't know if it's ever gotten a Game of the Year
Yeah,
nomination.
it did. It got it with Uncharted 2. It was with
You're
Uncharted 2.
talking about Batman.
Yeah. You're saying
Oh,
Game of the
okay,
Year?
okay. You talk, it was nominated.
It was
with
nominated.
Uncharted. Okay, okay.
I thought you were saying it wouldn't make a nominee.
Well, I don't know how many nominees they can have on their list.
There's
Like,
a
that's a lot, yeah.
It won. I know Rocksteady won best.
No, it'll get Action Adventure Game of the Year. Like, it'll be up there for that for sure.
I'm sure Uncharted will.
That's true. It'll be nominated with that.
Or Zelda.
Yeah. I guess mine. I had a lot of games on there, but Uncharted. That was like my number 4.
Mhm.
Then I saw that gameplay, and that just vaulted it to number 1. Like that game looks so good.
And
Everything about it looks so good.
it
Because
does.
it's not, because now they changed. The only complaint I had about Uncharted combat was that it was sort of like boxed gameplay. Like you can have one set path, fight through your wave. There's like 7 different avenues to go to fight guys now. Like, God, and it's the most beautiful game I've ever seen.
We
Like,
all know
graphics.
what's winning indie game of the year.
Mighty Number 9,
No Man's Sky.
probably. But Mighty Number 9.
Oh, wait. Never mind.
That game could vault to number 1 once I get more information on
Yeah, I
it, because that
still
game
get it.
just blows my mind every time I see stuff
Except
on
they
it.
don't want to tell you what
Yeah,
you
I just don't
actually
wanna get
do.
Like, no, but what do I do?
I want to give a shout. I also want to give a shout out to Mighty
You
Number 9.
explore.
And Zelda was number 2. Mighty Number 9 was 3. The first real.
No respect for The Witcher in this
I don't
group.
really like.
I never played the other ones. That's my
I played
excuse.
number 2. I'll sound like a little bit of a bitch, but combat was a little weird to me.
Yeah, and this
Didn't
is the
get it.
guy who thinks Batman sucks because you have to glide like Batman. He doesn't do
I
that.
said grappling.
Or press RB.
No, I'm sorry.
Like, pressing RB is hard.
It's not in the mood for
everybody.
the game. I just
It's
wasn't in the
not
mood
for
it. And yeah,
everybody.
that is annoying.
It's hard to press RB.
And
If you just said you plain out didn't like it, I'd understand.
No, I was saying, like, I wasn't into the game at that time, and I kept trying to grapple around. It was slow. I kept falling into freaking water, and then he grapples out. It's just
Because Batman doesn't drown like other people when they fall in the
Yeah,
water.
Spider-Man webbed out of the freaking thing when he fell in
I
the
know,
water.
his web
See,
swinging
no, but
was
you
so
know
much fun.
Spider-Man used the trigger. Okay, he uses the bumper. It's
No, but web
it's
swinging
hard.
was fun.
Alright,
I
well,
can't-
we're done. We're just
Web
busting his
swinging was
balls.
fun.
It's like
So,
You think gliding at Mach speed isn't?
he has not at Mach speed. His skin would peel from his bones.
I know, I'm just kidding. God, stop taking it so serious.
gliding at
Say
like
it.
15 miles an hour.
Nah, it's faster than that now.
Yeah.
Dude, when you like press R2, yeah, you have to press the trigger, or
That was his favorite part.
RT. You like go down and then you get speed and then you glide back up. You know, like Batman does, and then he grapples on a gargoyle and looks over it.
And then he watches over his city like it's
Yeah.
nightfall, like it's nightfall.
So like I get it if it was an annoyance that he didn't do, but
I
this is
know,
stuff
and now
Batman
he-
does.
I know, and then in the new one, he's not killing people when he's shooting them with rockets and shooting.
He might be.
them.
Can you
It's
find
not-
the body and really prove it?
No,
Well,
he
it's
hides
charred.
the body.
It's charred because the plane crashed and exploded.
Look,
I'm just saying, but
Batman might.
I don't
might be
know.
killing people.
I watched The Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and I saw an airplane crash, and I saw the guy survive.
Yeah, but did he get shot by a missile? No,
No, he got a giant ape to come bring it down.
that's not as bad as getting hit by a missile.
We can't rule out that Batman will use giant.
A missile made. A
We
missile.
don't know.
A missile made by Batman, nonetheless.
Which means it's made to do the most work possible.
Yes. And when it's
The bigger the
crashing,
threat, the worse he has to
and
beat
while
you
it's
down.
crashing, the guy's still shooting it while it's falling down.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you gotta make sure he's a safe.
You gotta make sure he was shooting
Batman
parachutes.
shot a
on-
parachute through the thing and saved him.
And
You
it's
just
strapped
saw it
on,
off screen.
and he put the bat mattress down.
But it
to,
also
like, protect him.
sedated him, so he wouldn't wake up.
Oh,
after
he shot
that.
Tempur-Pedics to like protect his body. But it's my turn for a random topic.
Oh boy,
You know, it was a little.
he worries me. I don't know. I don't know what he's gonna do.
Figured that would be.
He's gonna bring up
wild
that. He's gonna bring up that weird death.
I'm over here defending you, and you just come around. All right, no,
We'll know. We'll know.
I know.
I know. But speaking about all these sequels coming out
Stop
and
looking
everything,
at me.
he's trying to get his approval.
You're just looking at me like I feel like you're saying like, now you know I'm right.
Just everybody, just tweet this with the hashtag. It's a table, not a desk.
Tweet Walt is a tool.
I don't have the Twitter,
There you
so
go.
you can do that if you want.
Well, if you sat at your desk, you might be able to get one.
You have to sit at your desk, don't you, Matt?
You can stand there. You can, no, you can stand at it because there are standing desks too, and you can lean over to someone.
Who
Whatever.
stands at a desk?
Good point, Matt.
That's a good point. Fred Miller does. He has a standing.
Well, that's
desk.
like proves my point.
Then it's a podium.
Oh,
No, it's not.
Is it a podium?
No, it's not.
Watch your sodium.
Anyway,
Now I'm getting into it. Shut
my
up.
random. See, it's infectious.
Yeah, it is.
My random topic, sort of like movies nowadays, I think,
Okay.
are game developers losing their creativity because they don't want to take risks. Like, you look at the games now, every game, sequel, sort of carbon copy, like the typical, like, bullcrap. Like, now, like, you look at games.
are recycled.
Yeah, like, you look at, like, games back in the day, there's all these, like, crazy ideas. There is no possible, my example, because I just saw someone.
I wish James. was
There's
here. You
no
can answer this.
possible way that a Parappa the Rapper game would ever be made nowadays. Something that
Yeah,
crazy.
it is. They made a rap game.
No. What? No,
No,
no.
Rap of the Rapper. It's all about rapping.
No, I said nowadays they would never make a game like about a dog rapping.
Oh.
Like they're scared to take risks.
Well, yeah. I mean, gaming costs so much more money to make a game for consoles like this that it's harder to say like let's.
I don't know.
Well, maybe not the indies because the indie games take the risks,
Yeah.
but the big AAA studios.
No, you're right.
I mean, they made.
It's like every game stars a 30-something white dude who's grizzled and is a badass but with a soft heart. That's like the star of every game.
You know who takes risks? Indie games.
Yeah, because
Exactly.
they can afford to. Well, maybe they can't, but
Are you trying to say AAA guys?
Yeah,
don't
AAA
take
guys
risks?
like the big games. It's all nothing but sequels.
Because
now.
no one likes the kiddie stuff anymore. Everyone likes
No,
the
I'm not
gritty
talking about,
stuff.
I'm not talking about kiddie stuff. It doesn't have to be gritty, but I'm saying like make something like new and creative. Like there's a perfect game. It's creative. It's gritty as hell too. That drawn something game
Oh,
that we saw at PlayStation Experience, where it's that dude's like
yeah.
art book. That's crazy. That's
that's awesome.
creative.
I don't know, I'd
you
say-
look at every game now. Like I feel like you look at the list of slated games coming out. There's nothing but freaking sequels, and you already know. Like Assassin's Creed Unity got leaked up. Big deal.
he just,
Big
named,
deal.
he just named a #1 game. I'd probably say this year that came out for it. Freaking Project, the game you guys are talking about.
I talk about a lot of games.
Project Spark.
No,
It's creative.
the game with your guys has a top hat and all that crap.
Sunset Overdrive.
Sunset Overdrive.
No, as funny as that game is,
It's
it's
not
still
creative.
it's open world. It's it's infamous kind of mechanics, crazy guns. It doesn't push the boundaries gameplay wise. Like the way the characters talk in the environment, yeah, that's awesome. It's amazing and it's unique in that way. But it doesn't introduce anything new that gamers haven't seen before.
Like I feel like all their ideas are tame and it's all I don't know. Every gun game is like Call of Duty or Halo now. Every open world game it depends on what the style is, but every look at Batman. That is sort of exactly the same as Assassin's Creed. Even down to like the combat, it's like all the same. Shadow of Mordor. It's a big open world.
But Shadow of
Still
Mordor had that
freaking
Nemesis system.
yeah, but
Like that was a big step.
they basically just jacked Assassin's Creed 2 combat system.
Yeah,
so like every
dude,
game's
everyone
like the
uses
same.
recycled product. They do that in all entertainment.
No, I'm saying, but do you but the create?
But I agree. Yeah, they are afraid to take risks. I agree, but it's hard to think of that new idea. I mean, that's why whenever when that guy does make that game that brings something new to the table, it's like, whoa, what the hell?
That's why I also feel like all this stuff is sort of ruining it because some of the games that take creative risks, everyone's like, oh, it's not part of a cookie cutter
Yeah,
cutout, so I think it's stupid.
because
'Cause
it's
why
run by
fix-
businessmen. And
No, like
businessmen
all the
wanna see numbers.
fans. Like fans too are like, oh, that's stupid because it's not the
Yeah, it's
you're not
because
playing
people
the
don't
30-year-old
like
with a
change.
beard
Yeah.
that mows down everyone who's like this
Yeah.
badass who gets
Yeah.
bitches.
People don't like change. That's how it is.
But I actually saw it was like a picture of like every game protagonist for the past 4 years, like the cover of their games or the game protagonist. Oh my God, does everybody look exactly
Yeah.
the same? Like it's ridiculous.
Like,
I agree. I mean, I agree with you. I understand what you're saying. I definitely think there's none. But I mean, I don't know. It's just people want stuff they can relate to as well.
Yeah.
So they
who the
want
hell
like a,
can relate to the 30-year-old.
no,
badass?
okay, okay. No one can relate to Joel in the aspect of him killing zombies, but you can relate to a guy who's lost a lot of stuff in his life, and you can relate to who has to do the things he has to do to survive, and it's like this is something I would do. This is how I would be. And like Mass Effect, Shepard, going through all those things, becoming that character. That's where I think games need to start going, and where they should stick to it. Yeah, you can have a pre-made character, even though you can change Shepard and the way he looks and all that. But let's be real, most people use the default.
I did.
I know, but I'm just saying. So, but my point I'm trying to make is that's where gaming needs to go. I think honestly they need to stop making characters like Nathan Drake. Yes, they're cool and I love them and stuff like that. But the way to go is people want to be themselves in the game. They want to make decisions. They would be put if they are put in that situation. They want to make a decision. They want to do that. That's why I feel like create a character is the way to go for the future. Especially if we're like me and I am virtual reality. People don't want to be looking like you're like, oh, I'm Master Chief. No, they want to be like, no, I'm me, and I'm gonna go do all
I
that
wouldn't
crap.
mind looking
Me.
like Master Chief.
Yeah, it's cool,
I
but
wouldn't mind that.
it's cool. But if I had my choice, I'd rather make a character that's me. Maybe that's why I like The Sims so much, because it's like I make a character and I get to play him and I get to live a world and a life that I wish I could live.
I
In a
guess
sense.
I get my sort of creative-ish fill from the indie games, but I know you guys don't really play
Nope.
any of those. Do you ever get sort of sick of no
Sick of?
parody? Do you want more creative games? Like, could you imagine, like,
I'm not. I mean, the reflex answer is to say yes. I want more creative games, but I can't sit here and tell you that I'm unhappy with games right now.
oh, I'm not unhappy, but
So, I mean, like I told you, the 2015 release coming out. Yeah, it's the
Ridiculous.
10th Mortal Kombat. It's the 3rd Witcher. It's the whatever Zelda it is. It's the 5th Metal Gear. It's the 4th Uncharted. But there's something wrong with that? Inherently wrong with it?
I don't know. Just to me, if you really want to grasp me, make me feel like I'm in that game. Make me feel like the decisions I do have
well,
consequences.
you can do that.
Well, that's the
and
goal
be
of
creative.
multiplayer games.
Well, you can-
First-person multiplayer games.
Well, you can do that and be
I guess I
crea-
don't see it like that. I guess I'm talking. This
You can still
story
do that
aspect.
and be like creative too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I know, but
I think it's absolutely possible. Like a game that looks very unique coming out in 2015 is Quantum Break for Xbox One.
yeah.
Have you heard like that game? It looks like it utilizes some kind of time stop and like time reversal powers to investigate crime scenes.
You, move
And it looks
the stuff in.
AAA.
It
But
is,
that-
pretty
yeah.
sure, yeah.
Maybe not. But that looks like they're pushing the boundaries a little bit. But I'm pretty sure they're going to have some their foot, just like their toe in the water. They're not going to go full crazy with it because they need it to sell.
like another thing also, and I mean, Walt won't laugh at me. You might, but Walt came up with the idea when I played Skyrim. He was like, you know what I do
No,
sometimes,
I
Matt?
know. I'm not gonna laugh.
But he's like, you know what sometimes I do? Sometimes I create my own story for my character, and I have his own background story
cool.
for him.
Yeah.
And I did that. And I mean, yeah, I kind of went and I made my guy like Leonidas, and I kind of like made it, twisted it my own way.
Yeah.
And it did make it a little bit more fun. It did. I couldn't, I
Like,
thought at first I was like, wow, Walt, you're gay. And then I was like, oh, you know what, actually that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I can't put as many hours as I put into Elder Scrolls without doing crap like that.
Yeah.
God,
But yeah, like so. I mean, for that example, those are great games. Games that let you just build your own experience like that.
I feel like that's sort of like why indies are on the rise now as well, just because they
See, to me,
now that it
indies-
doesn't
They offer an escape, kind of. Like
I just
like
see,
the ultimate game. I think I sort of want to buy it now. I know I'm ridiculously late to the party, but the ultimate indie game, Minecraft.
You are very late to that party.
Yeah.
But that's the thing for me. That right there is why, because I love Minecraft. Honestly, I've been thinking about playing it again. But Minecraft is a once in a lifetime thing. Just like No Man's Sky is why I'm interested in that one, because it's something new. Minecraft, I know they've had random generated worlds before, but they've never made you be able to go sky's the limit like they did with Minecraft.
Yeah.
But indie games, when I see Shovel Knight and I see like all these platforming games that they made, it's like, oh wow, so all I'm getting back is nostalgia feeling of playing these old games. But me, I'm sorry, I'm just not about that. I'm always looking to the future. I want something new that I haven't seen. No, I'm not saying that. Don't get me wrong, I love going back and playing Super Mario Bros. 3. I love it, and I like playing Mario 64. It's great, but indie games, it's like, oh yeah, we're just playing the old stuff. That's just not appealing.
But then
to
you
me.
have to think like how many indie games are pushing the boundaries. Like, okay, No Man's Sky is,
Well, I didn't mean that, but just like creative ideas.
but like Limbo, which was considered indie game
Yeah.
when it came out.
Bastion.
Shovel Knight and
Bastion, yeah.
indie game of the year when it came out
Actually played that one.
Transistor.
this year. But did Limbo and Shovel Knight, what did they do that other 2D platformers hadn't done?
No, I know. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying like ideas, like with characters and story and stuff like that. Like I mean,
Yeah.
like creativity. I'm not talking like pushing like games to the next level.
Yeah.
I mean creativity
Honestly,
and like
I think
character
a
and
good way
story.
to start with creativity is to change up that protagonist that we talked about.
Yeah.
Like I saw one game that I was so interested in playing, but I didn't.
Like
And,
what?
I can't remember the name of it, but it was about a little boy trapped in some nightmare trying to find his mother, and you played as the little boy. Like
Binding of Isaac.
Was that it? No, I don't think. No, not Binding of Isaac. I know what that
That's
is.
another
But
weird.
You know what was a great indie game? I give it my applause to because it brought an element I thought died. Slender. Slender's a great indie game that came out and showed people and opened up opened that
simple.
old franchise out and showed that scariness in video games is still there.
Like
And now look at the rise of horror games that are coming out now because
Oh, yeah.
of Slender.
like my prime example with Shovel Knight. I'm not talking about gameplay wise of Shovel Knight, but just the idea of the character of Shovel Knight. If anyone brought that to like, yeah, we're gonna have a character
To
of Knight.
Infinity
His
War or
weapon's a
something?
shovel.
That's
Everyone would
nothing.
laugh them out of the building and say, "Get the hell out of here! We're not doing
no,
that."
they're not going to dump $100 million into the game.
Like they would say, "Get the hell out of here!" That's the dumbest idea I've ever heard.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
You don't
I mean,
get
there's-
Destiny money for a game like Shovel.
Well, yeah.
And you know what? That's my prime example of a game that got so much money thrown into it, zero creativity whatsoever in that game. That is the most now that I'm talking about that, because that's the most egregious game I've ever seen. Have so much money thrown into that game and have that pathetic of a story. The gameplay is amazing, but
I agree.
that game, the creativity of that game
It feels hollow.
is like
That
zero.
game brings to me what WoW brings to me. It's a grind.
yeah.
That's all it is, yeah.
Oh my
I
god.
thought Destiny was going to break that. I mean, yeah, I'm playing it again, but it's mostly because Sean and James are playing it,
Yeah.
and I have fun. I have fun playing with them, and I'm not really playing anything. So I said, "What the heck? I'll try it. I want to try the raid." And the raids are fun. It's cool to go and play with your teams and all that, but it is. It's very tedious, and if you're not one of those guys that loves to play a game where it's a big grind to get a big achievement, then those aren't your games, and that's not what you
No,
want.
I know, but I'm just saying that like, in
Like,
terms of
honestly, me
creativity
seeing
wise,
those-
that game's creativity
yeah.
is quite possibly the smallest I've ever seen in any game.
And look at that. You want to talk about recycled project? I will say Destiny's one of the kings of them.
I know.
Borderlands, World of Warcraft,
Halo.
MMOs, Halo, and even the
And it's
ideas of
funny.
the characters.
I know.
Brutes were the freaking guys you fight on Mars. Freaking the freaking what are they called?
Fallen.
The Fallen are the freaking
Like elites.
Covenant, and the freaking the
Yeah.
Husks are the freaking Flood. They had
Yeah.
zero creativity
I know.
on what they did with their
It's-
ideas. I agree, but it's still all great recycled ideas, and they just made it with their own
If it was
twist.
like the Borderlands or World of Warcraft, they took like the crap. They like took the
They jacked
crappiest parts
so
of those games and
much
put it into
of Borderlands.
World
It's
of
not even
Warcraft. At least in Borderlands, at least when you're walking around the world, you get quests from NPCs, and there's like actual like people in the land. This is just Baron. You
And
get your
Borderlands is
freaking
fun.
quest from a freaking
You know what
stick.
Destiny did? That was probably
You
the
get
only
your
unique
quests
thing they did was the
from a
tower.
stick.
was it having the tower have like a homing base that you go to. That's one
that's
thing
cool.
Borderlands didn't have. But other than that, Borderlands, yeah, it is. They ripped so much stuff from so many people. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. Now, look at what Gears has done with the cover system. Could you play a game like a shooter, a hardcore shooter, and not have the cover system? Like, honestly, I think that Destiny should have a cover system. I think somehow Call of Duty's next step is to embellish a cover system with it. To make it kind of have
Well, they
something
kind
new
of have
to
the
the
lead
table.
thing.
Yeah, but honestly, FPS needs to get in the cover system
But-
scheme.
No, I would like to see, and I'm not even one of those guys that wants to fight for like equality and everything, but like there's just too many of the same looking person for every game. It's
Yep.
like Bayonetta 2. Okay, I'm playing as a woman. Do you know how weird it is that it's that rare that you play as a woman? Like, it shouldn't be. It's okay if it's a slight majority of men, but to be that rare, to where I think it was the only game in the entire list of every single game nominated for every single Game of the Year category, you played as a woman.
I honestly, as far as women, back in the day, mostly I was kind of, I guess you could say, sexist. I was always like, I'd rather play a male character, especially with, but what I'm saying is, like, of course, when I play a creative character, I always play male. I don't really get in the whole idea of playing a female character. Because most of these people weird me out with why they do it. They're like, oh, I want to look at a man's ass the whole time,
Well, see,
so I want to play female.
That sexualizes a video game.
That's not. But Lightning, one of my favorite Final Fantasy characters. I freaking love her.
Mm-hmm.
It does not matter if you're a woman or if you're a male and you're a badass in my eyes. Then you're cool. Samus, she's a cool character.
Like
She's a
in
female.
Skyrim, both Elder Scrolls Oblivion and Skyrim, I made a female character in each one because I was making. When you said build your own story, I was building a story, and I built the female character story of elves in both games, high elves, and it was just fun to do that, and it was fun to not always be the guy with the swings.
So you're like,
I don't know.
Oh,
It's just for me. It's just like it's just never appealed to me to make a female character. It just. I always, like I said, I get too in depth of thinking of myself whenever I. In The Sims. I made my wife, so I played her. But
say who your wife is.
Carrie Underwood.
But,
And,
and I'm not trying to get into like the whole sexism game. That's another topic for probably another channel.
Yeah.
But it's getting a little tedious to look at the shelves and just see the same dude on every single game.
Dude, holding guns,
and
with
he'll even say
explosions.
Walking towards the cover.
He'll even say himself. I personally like Joel Moore, but Ellie, my God,
Ellie's
she
my
was
favorite
grown-
character.
Yeah,
One of the
and I'm sure a lot more people agree.
one of the
Joel's
one of
beard
the
is awesome.
one of the things I read an article about, kind of what we were just talking about
Creativity.
the creativity dying in video games, and the guy in the article mentioned the Uncharted 4 teaser they showed at E3, where Nathan Drake got up out of the water and he said one last time or something, and he cocked his gun and walked off, and he said had to show that gun. Had to let everybody know this game's going to be about killing and not about exploring, ancient ruins, which could be a great game. But instead, it's just an action game because that's easy. Instead of making a truly creative game about
You could
archaeology.
do that.
No, you absolutely
but
could.
You couldn't do that for Uncharted 4 because there's
it's
3
4,
games
that's where I'm
of
kinda
action.
going.
Got to remind everyone that there's going to be shooting in this game.
Yeah.
It's
And
neat.
he had a point there. I was like, not just to take a shot at Uncharted, because I know that series is fantastic. It's just, okay, we're going to have violence. It's just so everybody
But
knows.
see, that's the kind of game that will never get
What
made.
are we saying? But here's a prime
I
example.
would love
What
a
are we
game like
saying
that.
about No Man's Sky? What is No Man's Sky, Chuck? Exploration. But yet, what are me and you saying right now? What else do you do?
Yeah.
Not saying violence.
Yeah.
Not saying well, then why don't I have a gun and shooting things? Well, another big thing. Obviously, exploration only goes so far.
Yeah.
But I would love that, but you can't.
I actually really didn't think so.
Exploration only goes so far.
But yeah, I don't get that for Uncharted 4 because they're obviously not gonna be like, oh, you played 3 games of action combat. This game just
But of slaughtering
Yeah.
hordes and hordes of enemies.
what
To
Nathan
move on
Drake
to the
did.
next
Kind
part
of
where
an
you slaughter
asshole.
hordes and hordes of enemies, which
Yeah,
is so
kind
many
of an
video
asshole.
games.
That's all it is now. Yeah. Which I would love just
Why does
to
everyone
explore.
think it's his fault?
No,
They
he's
start shooting at him.
he's a big asshole.
They
anyway.
start shooting at him after look at all those bodies over there. This
You're right,
dude
you're
did
right,
it.
because he wasn't trying to stop a freaking World War tyrant who started a World War.
Was he American?
No, he
Then
was
that's
Russian.
why he had to die.
But
Damn it!
I don't know.
But it's American.
That's the kind of
It'll
game
never
never
get
get
Yeah.
What?
Well,
Because
not
there's no-
the
just
triple A
an
budget.
extra-
An
Exploration?
Uncharted-esque, like, sort of, like, dungeon crawl, like, just explore. look
God,
for
go
shit.
play Myst.
I don't know what that is.
But
That is-
that game might
Bungie
get
made
made,
it.
but not with the triple A budget.
Yeah. No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky could be. I just don't know what's going to be happening.
But there
with No
is
Man's Sky, but
guns.
I'm
You want to know
excited.
what? And I know I'm saying it again. Virtual reality. Bet you the first couple games you play won't be that many shooting. It's going to be more like mini
There's-
game puzzles and stuff.
I feel like it's going
that.
to be like kind of like that Gone Home game where you just explore the
Oh.
house.
God, that game was. I want to play it so bad. It's coming to PS4.
That is something I'm more interested in now. I'm not saying take away
All-
violence, but survival.
There's the perfect. That's not
Survival-type
survival.
games.
That's,
All Gone Home is just search around the house.
yeah.
There's a story.
Isn't
That's
that
all it
isn't
is.
that the game where you have a serial killer chasing
No,
you?
No.
not at all.
You're
That's
thinking of-
Until Dawn.
Something
Oh, okay.
very different.
Yeah.
Wait, what is this game?
Gone Home. It was a PC only game. It
It
was.
sounds
It was for
creepy.
Game of the Year.
Yeah.
It was for Game of the Year last year. I don't think it. I might have won like IGN
You
or
literally
something.
just search your old
but
house.
it's like a story-driven game, and you just walk around your house.
You
and
piece
the creepy is,
together
like
the story
you
of the
get
house
home
from
and like
everything
your
you find
parent,
in
like
the house.
everyone's like missing, and you have to like piece together the story walking through the house. That's the game, and it got like universally amazing reviews. Indie game. It will never
Also,
get picked up.
everybody's gone to the Rapture. This
Oh, that
coming
game looks
out.
good too.
Yeah. Which is a game that's, again, kind of what he said, except you're in a town that has been raptured. And everybody has gone to that rapture.
The other
I don't know.
indie game.
I guess you could call me a cliche action junkie. That's just how I am.
The other game looks kind of cool, especially playing on like they said they play it on Oculus.
Yeah.
The Drift,
Oh, yeah.
where you're
that
in the
was cool.
space.
Zero
That looks
gravity.
freaking awesome.
Yeah.
There's no creativity anymore, guys.
But see, that's why Bayonetta 2 is my game of the year, because it gave me so much action that no other game can match it now. It's like I need my fix now for Bayonetta 2, because what is this? This isn't action. This is the weak stuff.
There's one thing I gotta say though to yours, because I mean I'm a little on the different side of what you're trying to go for, because you do say like there's no creativity, but you don't. I feel like it's almost like you're being selfish in a sense now, because look at all these things you're saying they're not being creative about, but all of that had to come from something. You got to think all the down the line, all the
Oh, yeah, I
creative
know.
stuff that they've created. And how they, most of these people are rehashing stuff, but back in 2D world, you think whenever another guy made another shooter, they weren't mimicking Contra? Or
No, I know,
whenever
but
another guy was made
Here's
Mario,
my prime example.
Sonic
Afraid-
and Jackson things
Here-
from Mario?
Here's my prime example for old school. Zelda to Zelda 2. No way in hell. This is sort of like your Uncharted thing. Hold
Are
on.
you talking about Zelda 2,
Like
the little 2D
NES.
game? Like-
There is no way in hell they would take an open world exploration game like Zelda 1 and change it to a freaking 2D game. That's the same thing as them changing Uncharted 4 into just exploring caves.
Like
they
what
would
real
never do that
archaeologists
now.
do.
And Zelda 2 is actually a really good game. They would never do that now. They would never, ever in a million years do that. And that's a sequel. They would never be like, oh, this is a
Well, yeah,
3D
because they're trying to
exploration
get
game.
people-
Oh, 2D.
But you gotta remember though, one thing that you gotta remember is back then they couldn't get that much feedback. They couldn't get feedback
No, I
from
know,
what
but
people
back, I
wanted.
was saying, but back then, they had balls. They're like, let's just do it. Sounds good to us, let's do it.
Well, yeah, but there was a lot more chances to explore. I'm not saying
Yeah.
you're completely
No, I know.
wrong, but I'm just trying to say is you say like they're lacking creativity, but look at what they've created.
That's why I
And look
love...
at where the hardware. People say that they're hitting their peak. I don't think so. I truly think it's only going to go higher.
Yeah, that's why I love my indie games.
And the
'Cause
fact-
I can get my AAAs,
And the fact, yeah, exactly.
cookie board, cookie cutters that I love,
And the
and
fact
I
that
get
they can-
No Man's Sky and Shovel Knight and
The fact
Drift.
for people like you who love those old games, that's what indie's doing. Because one, they don't have the budget to do a
A
AAA
Drift
game.
looks like a big AAA game
Yeah.
budget.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just
yeah.
honestly, yeah. There's something. It's a lot of recycled product, but remember that recycled product had to eventually be made by someone, and that was groundbreaking when they made that. So yeah, is there going to be a time where someone comes out with something else? Probably, and it might even be small, but you know what? People are probably going to appreciate it more, like you.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
That was a
think
pretty
we've
good random
ran
topic. That was good. I liked it.
Yeah.
You wanted to hit that 10-minute mark.
Yeah.
We went well over it.
Yeah, just a bit.
But
So about desks and tables.
Clearly,
you know
I've
what?
got him on
Screw
my
this. You
side
know
now.
what? Screw this.
I'm on the podium side.
We're
now.
doing a separate podcast. Just me and Matt were thinking about doing
No.
the bull crap podcast where we just talk about random shit. We're doing a whole debate podcast about this. Probably not. But
We might.
we may be. Who knows? We'll see what.
If
I'm
we
gonna-
get,
I'm gonna
if we,
pull out-
how about this? If we get 100 comments, we'll do it.
I'm
That's
gonna pull
probably
out-
not gonna happen. So we're not doing
Okay,
it.
so we're not doing
I'll
it.
tell your friends. I'm gonna bring out that thing in there, which is a table with 4 legs. I'm gonna say, what the hell is this? It's a table.
So is this a desk we're sitting
No,
on?
is
it's
it for
a
work
dinner
or is it
table.
for eating?
This is a dinner table.
It's a dinner table. You don't eat on desks.
I do.
You shouldn't.
I'm
Don't do it.
I thought it was America.
But this has been the last episode of 2014.
Do you
Pretty
sit
good
down at that
year.
desk to eat your dinner?
Don't be salt. There's some salt over there in the
I'm
kitchen.
not
It's all
salty,
good.
I'm just
no,
right.
you're salty. Keep checking the blog at livethroughgames.blogspot.com. Follow us on Twitter at livethroughgames. Follow me on Twitter at Katostrophic. All the links and everything will be in a few minutes, maybe
Yeah.
a minute in the credits. I don't know why I
Yeah.
couldn't think of credits.
End credits. Like a Marvel movie.
Like, subscribe, and share our videos and our YouTube channel.
Get us to 100 comments so that way we can have this proper.
Tell us if you're team table or team desk.
Yeah. Hashtag team table, team desk.
Maybe we'll do a bullshit podcast on Mondays. We're taking the week off from Podcast Reloaded.
Yeah.
Thank you. Keep gaming, everyone.
Keep
gaming.
gaming.